I'm Heather, Kevin's daughter, and I want to tell you about my dad. Here we are in New York City. Dad was born in Iowa in 1948 to Keith and Joan Scherer. Grandpa was a career naval aviator. Dad has two sisters, Jane and Beth, and they moved all over the country, including 3 high schools for Dad. My grandma, Dad's mother, Joan, was a particularly strong and independent woman. She was a real life enthusiast, and that rubbed off on Dad. Here's a picture of Grandma in her 20s. Kevin and his dad were as close as a father and son could be. This picture tells the story. Dad showed up in Annapolis in 1966, and after graduation in 1970 served on 2 attack submarines through the 1970s. The highlight of his time in the submarine force was his tour as commissioning engineer officer of the USS Memphis, SSN 691, an early Los Angeles-class submarine. Here's Dad on commissioning day at Newport News in 1977. My mom, Faye, met my dad during his youngster year, and they spent 25 years together. Here are some shots of them, me, and my brother Keith. Don't you think my brother Keith is a dead ringer of my dad as a plebe? Dad entered corporate life in 1979 and worked at 4 different companies, including GE and McKinsey, before becoming Amgen's president in 1992. Amgen was then, and remains today, the world's largest biotechnology company. Dad was president and COO for 8 years and chairman CEO for 12. Amgen grew dramatically during those years and was recognized by Forbes as Company of the Year, and recently joined the Dow Jones Industrial Average as one of America's most important companies. Amgen makes essential medicines to treat serious illness, and over the years, millions of patients have benefited. Dad admires how Amgen has done in the decades since his departure under his successor, Bob Bradway, here with Dad during the time of their transition. As you can see, Dad and his Amgen team remain close to this day. Carol is Dad's wife now and is the love of his life. She brought 3 wonderful girls, Jordan, Jocelyn, and Katie. Carol brought too many things to my dad's life to mention, but none was more important than her love of the Rocky Mountains, where they now spend half their time. Today, the family is large and arrayed up and down the West Coast from Portland, Oregon to San Diego, California. There are 9 grandchildren, ages 16 to 1 year old, and along the way our cousin Ben joined the squad, pictured here with my husband Dirk and Dad. Dad loves to ski, sail, and play golf, and he passed that love on to my son, Tate. Here are some photos of Dad doing what he loves in some of his favorite places, Nantucket, San Francisco, and Vail, Colorado. Dad has continued to be active since Amgen. He had an 8-year tour as a professor at Harvard Business School. He loved it. Recently, he was founder of 110, an organization that is committed to hiring 1 million young Black men and women into family-sustaining jobs over the next 10 years. We've also formed the Scherer Foundation that supports dozens of Scherer scholars at leading universities. Dad also found time to write a Harvard-published book, The CEO Test, about how to do the CEO job. Today, he's engaged in coaching CEOs and senior executives at many large American corporations. I am incredibly proud of my dad because he's a life enthusiast and was willing to take risks to learn, grow, and contribute.